let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 6 verse 16. Everybody wants to be successful in life. I have never met a single person who says that he wants to fail in life. Almost everyone wants to become a great person in this life and to be a person of influence. We want success in our marriages, in our businesses, in our education, in our families, and every area of life that we engage in. But it looks like not many understand what this thing called success that they're pursuing is. So what really is success? And what does it mean to be successful? Now, I want you to settle this in your mind, that success is not making an A in school. I know a lot of people who have made A's in school and yet turned failures in life. Now, it is great to make an A in school, but if that's all you are working for, you are a loser. And that's why so many have lost today. Now, they were smart in school, they made A's in class, and still they can't understand why life has them on the sidelines. The real game is not in the classroom, it's outside. So first, let me define for you what success is. And I will tell you why I define success this way. Success is impacting the world with the investment of your personality. Who are you and what have you become? Work on being and not on having, for with who you are, you will have. Now, don't work on having anything, rather work on being somebody or something. Invest in your personality, add value to your skill, knowledge and potentials, and you can impact the world with the investment of your personality. That is success, impacting the world, not just walking through the world, but impacting the world with the investment of your personality. So you are going to have to do something to you. There are so many who are crying out for a change in the government, a change in the school, and so on. They are not your problem. Generally speaking, if you're intelligent enough to look at the whole world and look at so many things that have happened in the world and the changes that people call for, you'd realize that they make those changes to get into a worse situation. They change one government and then get a worse one. You cannot blame any system for your failure because no system was designed for your personal failure. You cannot blame other people for your own failures. You must learn to hold yourself responsible. You have to determine to hold yourself responsible. It doesn't matter in what situation you find yourself. Where we find ourselves in life is never the problem. It's what we do with that situation that matters. It doesn't matter how you were born, but it matters how you live the rest of your life. It doesn't matter how you were brought up by somebody else. Now that you have arrived, what changes will you make? You are responsible for what you are today. What are you doing to improve your personality, your self-worth, and your true value? Secondly, success is influencing the world around you to think like you and to aspire to your inspiration You become a success when you influence the world around you to think like you and to aspire to your inspiration. You are waking others to think like you. Why? Because you have made the right investments into your personality. You've built your personality. You've got some good thinking, some good ideas. And now you move to the second level of influencing the world around you to think like you. That is success. Motivating people around you to think like you. First, make a deposit in your personality and then you can draw from that deposit. And how do you make that deposit? By listening to the right things, by reading the right books, by opening your mind and thinking, using your mind. Because one of the principles of success is to look out for a need and think of how to meet that need. There are two types of people, the haves and the have-nots, the great and the smalls, the rich and the poor. There is no middle ground. Make no mistakes about it. There's no such thing as average. The so-called middle class does not exist. It's a mirage. The middle class is actually well-decorated poor men. There's too much responsibility for us to try to be poor. Refuse to be poor. Think about becoming successful in this life. If you will use your mind, there is so much inside of you. You have to have the right ideas, catch the right dreams, think the right thoughts, and get ready for your world. Make your world think like you. How? Think big. There's no law against thinking big. There's no commandment against thinking big. God is not against you thinking big. He's only against you thinking that you're bigger than others. I shouldn't think about being bigger than you, but I am going to think about me being really big. Lastly, success is to become and accomplish the purpose for which you were created. The success of any product is in the fulfillment of the purpose of the manufacturer. Everything is created with a purpose, and therefore, when what has been created is unable to meet the needs of its creation, it has failed. Failure is not when things don't work out. Actually, successfully completing the wrong goal or task that was never designed for your purpose is a failure. So there are many people who are journeying on in this life, competing in the wrong places that they were never supposed to be, and have abandoned their original call and assignment. And many are frustrated because they judge themselves by what others have done that they haven't been able to do. But child of God, hear this. Never measure your success or failure by what someone has done compared to what you have done. True success is assessed by comparing what you have done to what you should have done. Anytime you judge yourself with another man's standard and accomplishments, you will always find an advantage or a disadvantage, because each one has been assigned a different purpose and has been given a different measure of grace, potentials, skills, and capacity to accomplish what we are supposed to do. So if you have been given the resources and the capacity to raise 100 men, and you raise 50 men, while someone called to raise 10 men is able to raise the 10 men, on the outside and by human judgment, everyone will say that the one with 50 men is more successful than the one with 10 men, until you discover what actually their assignments were. Now, this is why I want to tell you that each one of us has been given a task and a purpose by God to fulfill, and resources as well as grace have been distributed to everyone according to your assignment. When you find these answers and you commit yourself to making it happen, this is what is called success. This is true success. So be determined to walk in this truth, and your life will never be the same. God created everything to succeed. We fail only when we don't accomplish what was designed for us. God bless you.